I mean, right here on the side of the road, it's displayed. There's one boot and a pair of jeans. Nope, not touching that. Strange. We've been down this road before. You know, the missing hiker poles that we found. I don't know. No point in even reporting that. There's so much garbage and clothing and stuff that gets thrown out on these old back roads. It really would be easy to commit a crime and dump the stuff right in plain view because of, you know, there's so much of it that you just can't report it all, and that is strange. I don't know. Strange. Rainy morning. We're gonna go for a little drive and look for some wildlife. I guess it's the perfect day to give you guys a bit of a channel update, seeing as it's raining. I got the camera here with me. We're gonna hit some swamps down here and see if we see any wildlife, and I'll chat with you guys a little bit about what we're gonna do, what's upcoming on the channel, some adventures, anything I deem necessary to share with you. Another beautiful little swamp here with the beaver lodge on the far side. And Gerald just called me. Oh, he's still there. If you look down there, him and I were looking for warblers. There's a black-masked warbler right there. I just got a picture of it. I told him I haven't seen one in a few years, and it's funny, I pulled over to check out this swamp, and there's one right there. I'll show you guys. They're not great pictures because he was over there, you know, 30 feet away, but I did get him. Well, there's the female. The male's there too, and he's the one with the mask. There's the male right there. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? They don't stop moving. There's a partridge. Hey, first wildlife of the morning. Driving along in the electric car today. The partridge is right there on the side. Not even afraid. See, she appreciates the electric car. Yeah, so she's got young and she's calling for them, or telling them to stay hidden, I guess, and then she's trying to lure us down the road, so we'll leave her alone. So the first update I guess I can give you is on the electric car itself. I just came from the garage. It needed a new electronic chip in it. They took it in, they had it for a week. The car would not accept the cell smoothing battery procedure that it needs every year to gain back, 10% of the battery that you lose every year. They had to bring a Mitsubishi Canada technician in, and they did that, and they got the car to accept the procedure. Well, I'll tell you, the car is right back up to almost 40 kilometers on electric. So it's so annoying that I have to keep bringing this car in every year to get this done. You're never going to win this battle. They tell me they are not going to change the battery out in this thing. I basically have 40,000 kilometers of warranty left on it, so I'm only going to reach about 8 years out of the 10-year warranty before I run out of kilometers. And I'm keeping this car. Kaylee's going to be driving this car along with me, and I'm hoping to get 10 or 12, I'd say 12 years out of this car. But at some point, it's just going to become more and more like a hybrid and not a plug-in hybrid, because the batteries just don't hold the charge that they should. Man, we take it for granted how beautiful the forests are up here, how much empty land we have. I'm about 8 kilometers from home right now. We're just on the outskirts of the city. And there are more moose and deer out here in this wilderness right here. Birds, foxes, you name it. It's here. Looks beautiful even in the rain. Well, I was hoping we'd see a heron or something that I could get the big camera out and maybe get some shots of him fishing, but so I've got a bunch of videos already put together, and they're going up on the channel, but I am filming some new stuff, and this weekend I'm going to be heading up to my buddy Andrew's camp, a couple hours north of Sudbury. We usually do a video up there every year. We'll be doing some fishing and exploring. Andrew has found on a map a site of an old cabin, and he wants to see if we can hike in there and find it, just me and him. So we're gonna bring the video camera. There's tons of moose and wildlife up there, and we're gonna go on a day excursion and look for this cabin. He seems to think there's no road or trail going in there, but I'm telling him, I'm like, there has to be. They had to have used an old 1800s road to get the materials in there, back in the day. I don't know what's left of this cabin. It might be just a few logs. Is it a log cabin? I don't know. But it's an adventure. We're gonna go, and then there'll of course be the rest of the stuff that we do up at camp, the fishing and the we're gonna look for some arrowheads, all kinds of cool stuff. So that's this weekend. That's where we're gonna be going. The following weekend, we're gonna be traveling to the Wild Yams property and camping out there for a weekend. And Jen and I are gonna be doing some paranormal. We're gonna go to a place, she said there's a holy well, and we're gonna do some exploring and night paranormal there, as well as all the normal photography and nature stuff we do with Jen. Probably go do some fishing, explore around her area. There's hundreds of lakes. It's Canada, come on. Everywhere you go, there's hundreds of lakes. So that'll be 2 weekends from now. And then after that, I will be heading to the East Coast, and we're gonna be doing a bit of an excursion there. So it'll kind of be like another photographer abroad checking out the East Coast. I've never been to the East Coast, and we're going to take the kids and go do it. So that will be coming up as well. Just driving along here, and I'll show you guys, I'm seeing all kinds of these snapped off trees. There's 2 more. There's one there, one right there, and I've already passed a dozen. You never know what you're going to see on these back roads. We're always looking. I'm always filming. This here actually was the site of a turn-of-the-century farmstead. There's an old barn foundation down there. We've metal detected up here on the other side of the road There's a bottle dump up there. But there's also marshes all along this road system. I'll turn you guys around, and I'm more interested in the marshes today. I've got the 600mm lens. Was hoping to see some herons feeding and water birds, but so much life out there in those ponds. Turtles, fish, beavers. There's a beaver house out there. Muskrat. All kinds of stuff. I don't drive this car very much anymore, but I'll tell you, I friggin' enjoy it when I do. Especially when I'm out doing nature stuff, just sneaking along in electric mode. Well, there's an invasive species right there. That's a cormorant. Those are from Asia. Nasty critters. They will eat anything and everything. They're a diving fish, and they don't just feed on one species of minnow, or they will clean out all of the pickerel hatchling, the walleye, that my American friends call them walleye, but we call them pickerel here. They decimate those populations here. And I know a lot of guys, rightly or wrongly, will shoot those cormorants on sight. And every year it's just getting worse and worse. We'll see trees with a dozen of them sitting there. So they don't belong here, and they do need to be culled. I've also got the pop-up trailer ready to go to Jen's, but I also want to take it back into the woods out behind my dad's. You know, the old roads back in by Mouse's cabin. And I would like to camp out and do some Bigfooting and paranormal stuff back there. That one road with Mouse's cabin on it, there is something dark in those woods. Now, can I stay there? Me and Gage in the trailer alone? I don't know, but I think I'm willing to try. So that might be upcoming on the channel. I'm just waiting for the bugs to die down a little bit. But Gage and I could go for a couple days and just hike all day. You know, have a little campfire, do some paranormal at night. You never know what we'd find. Definitely get a few videos out of it. The only problem with today is my wife's got my truck and my binoculars are in the truck, so I'm kind of using the 10 times zoom on the camera to scan out there. Sometimes there can be herons and things just hiding and will hardly be moving because they're fishing, and you really can't see them because they're so far out there. I'm not seeing anything, but I am looking. Maybe I'll take a picture. There's some beautiful lilies here. I'm going to get out and take the 600mm and get a photo of some of these water lilies. They're pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna continue on my way, guys. If I see anything, I'll turn you back on. I'm sure there's more stuff I wanted to talk about. Grant and I will be doing some more paranormal. He's got new software. Actually, he's found something new that he said is giving him even better, clearer responses. So, and I'm still working with the GoPro a little bit and the water, trying to, you know, is there more experiments I want to do there? I don't know, but lots more paranormal coming up this summer for sure. Oh, and of course we will be metal detecting. We're going to head up to Dad's camp and spend a few nights up there looking for old turn-of-the-century logging camps, and of course always the chance of colonial up there. Yeah, there's going to be a few outings. There's just so much stuff to do. This, you know, I run out of time in the summer, all the things I want to do, but we'll be fishing up there, metal detecting up there, and probably do some paranormal at Dad's camp as well. Don't think I've ever seen somebody riding their bike with an umbrella before. But hey, if you're that talented, today's the day to do it.